And I have finally found the book that I'm willing to go through. It is Evolutionary Psychology 6th edition. Quite unnecessary information, but it is the 6th not 6th information, but edition, and it was released in 2019, and it is having 496 pages. I'm just then gonna show you the page where I'm reading this right now. But yeah, we're gonna go through the summary of it, and I really am looking forward to that since psychology is first of all something that a lot of people are interested in. Also me, I really am interested in that. I think it just comes from a place of hopefully being able to understand oneself a little tiny bit better, but also just being able to deal with human beings in a better way, because it apparently seems to be one of the things, and I'm very sorry for looking out of the window, but I'm just really trying to see whether it is raining or not. I think it kind of is, but like only just really lightly, and I hope that I'm going to be able to just get a little bit outside. Because I don't know if you know that, but I kind of really get, I don't want to say depressed, but it's not that, or because it's not there, but I really tend to not feel good if I'm just not able to do something different from time to time. But anyway, yeah, let's see you after the intro, as always. And I'm really looking forward to going through this episode, and in this episode, I try to not shout right like a fucking dumbass. I'm really trying to speak in a normal volume, because I think that this is my problem that I'm having with actually feeling bad after recording, because I'm shouting around, I'm so hyperactive, I'm so whatever, and I maybe should be just dealing with that in a different way. And I also hope that my microphone is not way too up, because you can't even fucking see me. But yeah, anyway, before I'm even going through the episode, there's a few things that I'm willing to talk about. The first thing is the links to the podcast and also to the YouTube channel should be down in the description. So whether you're already in the podcast or not, please check out the description. It is something that's quite important, and it is also just making things better for you. Then the notes. I'm going to highlight certain things while I'm going through this episode and while I'm going through this book summary. And these things are then going to be in this quote-unquote summary of everything that I think is important and of everything that I went through. So, and you can download that for free and do whatever with it for free, and this is amazing and it is fine and whatnot. The last thing is a personalization thing. So if you want to have some background music, then just please do that with the third link in the description. But yeah, I just really want to go through this right now. I really want to talk about this, but I have a feeling that it's just getting darker and darker, and it's not something that I appreciate, since it means I at least think that it is gonna rain even more, but I might also be wrong there, since it's only clouds. But I really hope that it's not gonna be the case. I really, like, if it is light rain, I don't give too much of a fuck, even though I don't like that, because I always think that I'm getting ill and shit, even though it's not the case. But anyway, so Evolutionary Psychology, 6th edition and whatnot. I've already read that, but I'm gonna highlight it anyway. In Evolutionary Psychology, David Buss provides a thorough overview of evolutionary psychology. Buss distills thousands of researchers and experiments to provide the readers with the quickest possible way to understand who we are and why we are the way we are. The summary about the author. This kind of thing pisses me off. Oh, and it's gone. About the author. David Buss is an evolutionary psychologist and researcher currently teaching at the University of Texas. He is a well-known and respected voice in evolutionary psychology, authored and performed an incredibly amount of field research, and has written several books, including The Evolution of Desire. Then we're having some milestones of human evolution, which is actually quite of a long list. And also, just to let you know, the summary is also kind of long, so I'm gonna stick to that for quite some time, I guess. But I think this is fine, since it really is something that I'm quite interested in, and also hope that somebody else is interested in that as well. So stay tuned, and maybe even subscribe, so that you're not gonna miss out on any new information. But you could also just go to the article and read it on your own and go through it on your own. That's also fine. It really pisses me off. It really kind of pisses me off. I really do want to get out then, but I have to record this right now. Well, so the milestones of human evolution. 15 billion years ago, BYA, or is it Baya? The Big Bang. 4.7 billion years ago, Earth forms. 3.7 billion years ago, first life emerges. 1.2 sexual reproduction evolves 500 to 450 million years ago. First vertebrates, whatever vertebrates actually are, an animal of a large group distinguished by the possession of a backbone or spine column. I see. 365 million years ago, fish evolve lungs and walk on land. Which actually sounds so fucking stupid, to be honest. Like, I mean, I would really like to have some sort of a machine that is just making these pictures that I'm having in my fucking mind. I like, as drawings, because I mean, I could draw it. I could, but it's like, I don't know, it takes some time. Yeah. 248 to 208 million years ago, first small mammals and dinosaurs evolve. 208 to 65 million years ago, large dinosaurs flourish. Then placental mammals evolve. First primates evolve. Dinosaurs go extinct 65 million years ago. Mammals then increase in size and diversity. First apes evolve. Common ancestors of humans and African apes evolve. First primate with bipedal locomotion, RD whatever. 3 million years ago, the Australopithecines evolved in savannas of Africa. 2.5 million years ago, earliest stone tools developed, Oldovan, found in Ethiopia and Kenya, linked with Homo habilis. Homo erectus, you know, Homo erectus or Homo erectus. However it is actually pronounced, I don't fucking know. Spread beyond Africa to Asia, first major migration. Then 1.6 million years ago, fire evidence, likely hearths. What does that mean? The floor of a fireplace, a cheerful fire burning in the hearth, linked with African Homo erectus. 1.5 million years ago, invention of Achillean hand axe, linked with Homo ergaster. 1.2 million years ago, brain expansion in Homo line begins. Hominids spread to Europe. 800,000 years ago, crude stone tool kit used found in Spain linked with Homo anticerosaur. 600 to 400,000 years ago, long crafted wood spears linked with Homo Heidelberg. The funny thing is, Homo heidelbergensis, or Heidelbergensis, however it is pronounced, Heidelberg, found in Germany. Well, 500 to 100,000 years ago, period of most rapid brain expansion. 200 to 30,000 years ago, Neanderthals flourished in Europe and Western Asia. Then common ancestors for all modern humans, Africa evolve. Exodus from Africa, second major migration out of Africa. Creative explosion of diverse stone tools, bone tools, blade tools, well-designed fireplaces, elaborate art, increased population density, mainly among Homo sapiens, rarely among Neanderthals. 40 to 35,000 years ago, Homo sapiens, Cro-Magnons arrive in Europe. Neanderthals go extinct in 30,000 years ago, and 27,000 years ago, present Homo sapiens colonize entire planet. All other hominid species are now extinct, which is quite of an interesting thing as you think about it, or if you think about it, even though we are at this point in time all coming from one place, which is the Homo erectus, Homo sapiens, Homo sapiens, there have been other kinds of human beings outside them, you know, for example, the Neanderthaler, or Neanderthal, or however it is pronounced, I don't know, which is quite of an interesting thing if you think about it, you know. So what happens to other hominids? Up until 100,000 years ago, there still were 3 hominids on Earth. First of all, the Homo sapiens in Africa, the Homo neanderthalensis in Europe, and the Homo erectus in Asia. What happened to the Neanderthals and erectus is still up to debate, with 2 main theories: multi-regional continuity theory, MRC, and out of Africa theory, OOA. Modern humans evolved in Africa, then migrated all over the world and replaced the other hominids. The archaeological and genetical evidence supports the AAO theory, and it is, I think, also the one that you're probably hearing the most. It's now raining more. Fuck you, motherfucker. I guess, at least. You know, it is. I hate that. Oh my god. Like, it is actually, like, yesterday, it's been the nicest fucking weather. Really fucking nice. It's not been that warm. It's not as warm as today, actually, which is also one of the reasons why I was really looking forward to going outside today, because it's not that warm and I want to ride my bike. And if it is just really fucking cold, then it is not that enjoyable. But on the other hand, it is better than when it is raining, you know, because I could just wear 100 layers of clothing and yeah. But I've actually forgotten about just doing this and this so that you're... Why is this motherfucker stuck? I'm actually very sorry. I hope that it's been... You motherfucking whore. Fuck. So here it is. I'm very sorry. Oh my fucking god. Because I've actually opened another window because of reasons, because the other window is full of fucking tabs and it pissed me off a tiny bit. So yeah, here it is. I've read it and yeah, here it is. I'm very sorry. But yeah, let's move on. What happened to other hominids? I'm also gonna highlight this one. I don't actually want to highlight the whole one, but I kind of have a feeling that I'm gonna. So what caused us to become smart? There are many theories as to what caused our major feature, which is the brain size. Some of the theories link our brain expansion to tool making and use, social challenges and social competition, cooperative large game hunting, complex communication. Buss says that all of them might have played a role. My note, how about sexual selection? I was surprised David Buss doesn't list sexual selection and sexual competition as a possible cause of brain expansion. Geoffrey Miller in The Mating Mind becomes a compelling case for sexual selection and brain development. I have a feeling that I'm gonna actually highlight everything, and I shouldn't. I don't even know if I'm allowed to, from a legal perspective since I'm actually redistributing it to some degree. But well, I'm giving the sources, and the source is everywhere, so yeah. Behaviorism debunked. Enter evolutionary psychology. Behaviorists believe that the human mind had little or no innate properties. Well, yes. This has sometimes been referred to as tabula rasa or blank slate theory, and in the past decades Western culture loved this idea. Anthropologists hunted difficult cultures, and the more different they were, the more supposedly they proved there were no inborn adaptations, and the more they were celebrated. See Margaret Mead and the Samoa debacle as an example. Even to this day, the Wikipedia top summary entry still mentions no bias, ideology, or doubt over the quality of Matt's accounts, and it talks about controversy over Matt versus Friedman without mentioning controversies on Matt's work or Mead's work. I don't know. David Buss says that the tabula rasa theory was based on ideology more than on data, and he says if tropical paradises existed in other cultures, then perhaps our own problems of jealousy, conflict, and competition were due to yes culture, Western values, or capitalism. Well, however, as time went by, psychology research and science left little wiggling room for behaviorism and tabula rasa theories. Evidence started mounting. I do actually want to, because I don't know what tabula rasa is or tabula rasa, however, an absence of preconceived ideas or predetermined goals, a clean slate. The team did not have complete freedom and a tabula rasa from which to work. Interesting. I do wonder where this word is actually coming from. But anyway, evidence started mounting that the external environment is not the sole determinant of behavior, and the humans all share some commonalities and predispositions. Starting with Martin Seligman, for example, it became clear that humans can easily learn to develop certain types of fear, like snakes, but it is difficult to make them develop other types of fear, like cars or electrical outlets. Yes, actually. This is actually quite an interesting thing that he's saying. Like, okay, I'm scared of snakes, but I'm not really scared of I'm not fearing cars or whatnot. David Buss says that three forces combined to usher in what's been called the cognitive revolution that eventually supplanted behaviorism as the dominant trend in psychology. Vitaling violating of the fundamental laws of learning, the study of language with Chomsky arguing for universal invariations across languages, and the rise of computer and the information processing metaphor. And we're also going to highlight this one. By the way, just because I'm talking about language there, I'm just seeing the term language there, or the word language there, whatever. I do wonder if... Please stop fucking raining. I do wonder if it could change the way you're living, if it could change your internal culture, if you're willing, if you're just speaking another language. I really feel like that it could actually be the case, since, for example, if you're just speaking the language of people living in Antarctica and whatnot, they're having way more fucking names and or words for snow and different types of snow than any fucking body else. And I mean, this just shows that language, either language creates reality, since you're basically only naming things and you're just creating reality, some kind of, because, which is a pretty common topic and a pretty, I think also difficult topic in marketing as well, in sales as well, since, if you're just saying like, okay, I'm building reality by language or with language, then I could also be like saying, okay, different things, like, okay, you should be buying this because like this is this and this and that and whatnot, and because I'm creating this world, people are gonna buy that, which also makes sense to some degree, but as I'm just, and now it is raining just a little bit more. On the other hand, I do have to say that just because I am saying that there is rain doesn't mean that there is rain. I'm just only naming what's already there. So if I'm having a word for the rain that's outside there or not, doesn't really matter, because the rain is gonna still be there. On the other hand, which is kind of the flip side of that. So it's not gonna not be there just because there's no name for it. Kind of. But coming back to my initial point, I still wonder, and I do wonder, if you can, for example, be happier by speaking another language, since it just, it involves other cultures and other ways of living, I think, my opinion. Therefore, like, does it change? It would actually be a pretty interesting topic. Maybe I'm gonna look up some things there. Do domain general mechanisms even exist? Some evolutionary psychologists believe that on top of our evolved specific mechanisms to deal with our evolutionary problems, we also have domain general mechanisms such as general intelligence and analogical reasoning, concept formation, and working memory. For sure, domain-specific mechanisms communicate to each other and are not walled off, so to speak. But while we can be fairly certain about the presence of domain-specific mechanisms, we cannot yet be sure of the main general ones. I don't even know what the fuck they're talking about, but it is going to be the end of this episode anyway. What I'm seeing there is that it is going to be a lot of reading here for me and a lot of not speaking, because I'm learning, I'm learning with you in terms of that right now. So it's like, yeah, it's a difficult one, but I'm still gonna highlight it. I'm just gonna highlight it. But yeah, thank you for listening and for watching, and I wish you the best health, happiness, and all success, and also hope that you're gonna remind yourself, and you're gonna be remembered. It basically means your life, which is just being a nice person, than being remembered as a nice person. 3 other questions that I'm having for you are: why are you here? What are you trying to change? And what is bothering you the most? And these 3 questions are hopefully gonna show you your purpose and maybe even a business idea. But yeah, I'll hopefully see you the next time. So, bye.